Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so our last video showed the three ISs basically in the prep studio, right? Or in the prep booth. Call it a studio, it looks like a studio. So remember, we got two EVO1s and one EVO2 there. So we've got a diamond black EVO1, we've got a brilliant red EVO1, and we've got a brilliant red EVO2. We are busy prepping up now in the spray booth the diamond black EVO1. So the video that I showed you, oh shit, sorry, oh, you never lock it in it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I just wanted to show them the, I just wanted to show them the outcome of the final blocking basically on it. So I'm not going to take this lock off this door. Oh, actually, the lock is not on there. Okay, so we were on our second stage of primer at that phase, right? We got primer onto the car. We blocked the car on, we got primer onto it, we baked it, and we basically now on our last stage of primer, which is finally blocked down, and we're in the booth ready for painting. So I think I'm gonna try and do this video a little bit different this time around, where we're gonna go through, maybe I'm gonna try and get it done because I'm working on the other side of the shop as well. We're gonna try and get in between us done, between the base coats and then onto the clears, so you can actually see from there, and then we're gonna do a bake, and then I'll show you the aftermath of it. So I don't know if I'm going to put all three cars in the same video, if I'm going to do them separately, and maybe I should do it separately just to give the cars the acknowledgement, and call it acknowledgement that she needs. So okay, how we're going to do this here, right, is a little bit different. We've lined the car before, but we had to take the panels off again just to do the final cleanup in the corners and that, so the fenders are loose on the car. It's not a final lining up. Unfortunately, it's so, we're still trying to find a perfect way of spraying where we have it final lined up and so on like that. Remember, the screws on your fenders and that still got to get color coded, your bootlet screws, your bonnet screws. So we've got to find ways of really touching that up. We're currently touching it up, but we've got to find better ways of just touching it up. Ideally, what we would like to do is have a fender on there, put the sealer on and plant it just like that. But these guys have flexed so much over the years. It's metal flexing, right? They've flexed so much over the years. The doors have flexed. The fenders have flexed and so on like that. You've got to, I don't want to use the word manipulate, but you've got to do a lot of work on lining up, meaning that you're never going to get the panels to fit into the same holes, right? So you'll get them to, when I say they'll fit into the same holes, but not fit as snug as we would like it to fit. So no matter what we do, we've always got to try and manipulate and shave here and pull here, and it's just how the game is, right? And it's not cutting corners or anything of the sort. It's purely because they flexed. And being an E30 doesn't help it as well, because the guys have been spun, guys have been driven hard, and so on, etc, etc. So okay, so let's just go through the bodywork quickly, and then let's get Atul spraying. He's already getting a bit irritated with me because he wants to get into the booth. Look at this. So we got nice clean bodywork, right? On it, the lines are good. This guy actually came out exceptionally well. I was actually on the phone with one of the customers earlier when we had the guy in the preppy, and we had some of our checks on the car. All right, so now obviously you got your shiny spots of primer, you got your dull spots of primer. Come in. Sorry. You can come in, it's fine. Get on. While I'm busy with the video, it's cool. So we just want to go, before you open it out, I just want to show them the line. We spent a lot of time again, and we've changed systems a little bit more this time around. And I think we've got it looking good. So you can see it's warming up now. So both is actually at about Yeah, so you're gonna chop and change. You can see the seam sealers we got on there now. So this car, we want to get it on the rotisserie and get it shot on the rotisserie, but we're a bit late with it. So I want to get the car. So I want to get the car. We need to hit some sort of time frames as well. So we're gonna get the car shot on the dolly while we prepare for the next two red cars that will still go into the rotisserie. So after this year, we would have our goal was to have the undercarriage rubberized already on the rotisserie, and then we're able to shoot both ways. Now it takes us a little bit longer because the rotisserie is not ready. We're gonna shoot the exterior. We're gonna put it back on to the rotisserie, swing it around. So we're actually gonna shoot it in a couple of ways, right? So meaning that we shoot exterior now, so we're starting to mark up for exterior, right? We're not going to shoot the interior now, and we're not going to shoot the engine bay.
So the whole interior basically of the car, like engine bay, interior, boot area,
Yeah.
and the carriage we're not doing right now. So we're doing the first stage will be the outer,
Yeah.
around the doors and everything, because then we have one consistent line. We don't have edge lines in it. We're very particular with edge lines. So
Sure.
yeah.
And then on the rotisserie, then we'll shoot undercarriage.
All this will be done.
So we're doing the surrounds now.
Yeah, all this will be done as well.
The surrounds, the inner doors, the bootlet, the inner bootlet.
Need to take out a few things here.
So we'll take out the locks now. The locks were left in. So what we're gonna do is, sorry, I'm holding the camera. So we're gonna do exterior now. We're gonna get the car to the rotisserie. Then we'll do get the car to the rotisserie, do undercarriage rubberizer, where that's ready now for color. Then it'll be easier for us to do. We want to try doing the engine bay on the rotisserie, because then we can flip the car on basically onto its side, stand up and get into certain corners that just make it a little bit hard to get into now. And it makes spraying the interior much more easier, because you basically stand in the car and you're able to shoot towards the roof side. You turn around, basically you do the floor side, you do your under dash area, your back area, and stuff like this. Now, as the guy sitting horizontally, you've literally got to try and creep up and force your way into it, and you got the pipe around you that's rubbing onto somewhere, and you're contaminating now because you need to keep the door open, and it just becomes not a nightmare, but it's just harder. So the rotisserie is better. The only downfall on the rotisserie with this specific boot, this is a 7-meter long boot. So the rotisserie is about 6 meters long. By the time you get it in, you only got like half a meter both front and back to really maneuver around. So you can't really do any other panels with it. So like I've always explained to you with all my videos, with all the work that we're doing, we go through different, not stages, we go through different phases or different ways of doing things, meaning just to find the best way, the best alternate to just getting it done, right? So, and that doesn't always work for the customer's sake or for the car's sake. It's also for the painter's sake. So he gets to spend more time and more concentration basically on the car, instead of concentrating on pulling his pipe, getting where he needs to get into the areas. He can actually concentrate on the gun, because it does become frustrating, and it is a tedious process. So this year is going to be basically the next 6 hours just on body. We're going to plant on about 3 coats of base, and then as per our clear coat, that's the special one. We're only doing about 2 coats on that. We don't pile it up because it builds up quite thick. So let me know what you guys think, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so we have got the car done. All right, so we've all been through these cars with preparation. I've done the preparation video with you guys with the 3 cars parked in the prep booth. Then I told you there's diamond black and 2 brilliant red cars, right? So there's EVO1 diamond black, EVO1 brilliant red, and EVO2 brilliant red. So next one is now, guys, mixed it up a bit, but it's going to be the EVO2 brilliant red. But we came out of the booth, and I think this clear coat is something else. So the gloss factor on it is, without cutting, without polishing, the gloss factor is, wow. right? And it's getting better and better, because if I remember the other two black cars compared to this clear coat here, it's okay. Let's go through it quickly. So this panel here, look, let's just come through the panel quickly. Just go from the back. We just want to go through the waves that we've been trying to work on consistently, right? And I think we started working through the waves. We got our waves dialed out, so we got no waves. Look at the definition of the lining in here, right? And this is what I kept on telling, like I keep on harping about when I talk about going back down to metal, and this is the reason why. Is now we can actually see the definition. Basically, look at the curvature. A lot of the cars are actually rounded off here. This has actually got curvature in here, into here, and then basically back onto the line again. This is my print here. So the car is baked, the car is checked, so I can't touch it now, even though you don't feel like touching it. Obviously, we've picked up a run here and there. We did pick up a couple of issues of dust again. So, dust is a never-ending issue in the spray booth, right? And I noticed that no matter how many times we clean out, no matter how many times or what we do, it's always a big issue. And I think this time the issue came out of the car itself. So one of the biggest downfalls of sandblasting is getting dust into the chassis legs, into the crevices that you don't see, right? And you think that the car is clean, and I think they wipe, never mind washing this car down, but they wipe this car down about 15 times, right? And that's basically protocol, because you'll wipe and wipe and wipe and wipe. But the minute the gun gets into a certain area, for example, if you look into the doors, you don't even have to come into here, because you're not going to see where I'm pointing to. But there's corners in the doors, or maybe, for example, here, we're not able to clean up on the inside, and as you're spraying with a gun and you blow, that dust just pulls out somewhere else, right? And again, this is one of the downfalls of blasting. So the good part is that on base coats, Atul didn't want me to be in the booth, because I don't blame him. It gets very distracting with the camera, especially if you're not a camera person, right? So when he gets into the booth, you might just got to leave him and walk away. And he didn't want me to get into the booth between coats, but I've seen the car between coats, and you can see on the base coats, if you pick up a issue, the nice thing about base coat S2 2K is that you can come and correct your imperfection there, let it flash off, let it dry up properly, and you can build up as much as you can until, obviously you don't want to build up thick layers, but you can build up until you get your imperfection out. So the dust that we're finding on here now is the dust on a clear coat, right? So this specific clear coat is actually a very thick clear coat. It does allow us quite a bit to finesse out, to clean out the dust, but we try not to do that, because then we start messing up with the orange peel factor. So the more we try and cut the dust out, or the dust particle or imperfection, the more we start cutting into the orange peel, and then we start picking up inconsistencies on the orange peel from the front to the back, or whatever it is. And that's the difference in it. So you want to try and get a good clean finish. You want to try and minimize the dust as far as possible, so that when we start blocking down, we can start blocking down with a purpose, and a purpose of basically, yes, getting the certain imperfections out, but also maintaining the orange peel that we need on the cars, right? If you're going for a flat look, you can pile, like I'm going to repeat what I said before. If you're going for a flat look, or which is a glass look a flat look or glass look, this is what everybody refers to, right? That's your glass finish. It's like a mirror finish. Then you can go and you can you can dump another 3 or 4 coats of clear onto here, and you can just start cutting and cutting and cutting. You're still going to go through your stages of keeping the cleanliness, because you can't have issues coming out from underneath the clear coat. But you tend to, I'm not going to say that you get away with a lot, because there is pros and cons to both applications, right? But you can get a lot out. But the thing with a glass finish is that the glass finish will also iron out a lot of other imperfections. So there's two ways about it. For us, we know we want to go. We're not a custom shop. We're going back to our OEM roots, going back to originality. And originality, a lot of people said, yeah, but these guys never came out with orange peel. They did come out with orange peel, right? And we want to maintain that, so it looks a bit more original. You'll see as the paint fades, as the cars mature after the restoration, that they actually look like they never been restored. Same thing like the Silver IS. Anyway, enough about me yapping again. Let's go through the car quickly. So we still got to get the car onto the rotisserie, right? Because we've painted the exterior, we painted the engine bay. But I actually didn't want Atul to paint the engine bay now. I wanted to do the engine bay on the rotisserie so we can get to certain parts of the engine bay that we can't get to, especially when the bonnet is on. So the reason you'll choose to leave the bonnet on is basically so we can get an even coat of color across the board, basically, or across the spectrum of the job. The nice thing is we've played around with different options of lining up now, so we've lined up quite a bit, and the car is fairly lined up, right? So we don't have much to do on it. But let's just go through it quickly. I don't know if you want to go through. Let's go through the front of the car. I want to concentrate on these back fenders. The back fenders are always a killer. The doors are always a killer, right? Because of blocking down, because of the size of the door. And yet, these are not like the American cars that's got. Just come down again to the panel. All right. And we just want to go through waves again. I don't know if I'm in your light. So, we just want to go through the panel again. The clear coat on it is, this is proper diamond black, where you're actually getting there's like a gray layer that comes out of it. So you can see, yes, we got a couple of dust particles on here, and it's a fight. But I'll get over it, and hopefully we get through it for the next one. But it's all about cleanliness, cleaning. And as much as I can harp on it, hey, how are you doing there? How's the roof there? Check the roof out. So another reason why I want to get it on a rotisserie is because I don't know how Atul manages to get his arm over here. I would never be able to do that. So I would like to get this car onto a rotisserie where you basically flip the car onto the rotisserie and fling it how you want to, shoot it how you want to, move the car over. And the nice thing is we got the rotisserie quite dialed in onto a certain level plane where you're actually able to, and I showed you guys this the last time, you're actually able to move it with one arm. So it's so much more easier in the boot. So, guys, let me know what you think. I wanted to compile all three cars into one video, but I also couldn't wait to show you how this car came out. Right, so let me know what you guys think. The two red cars are going to be next. And I know the one on the can't wait. I don't think he's going to sleep tonight because I think we're shooting his car tomorrow. And the other one is, Trevor, you're not too far off. You're probably going to not sleep the next couple of nights because your car is just after that. So, I'm just going to touch on one thing before we end this video. We have tried a couple of changes to the preparation of the cars, and I think it's worked out. I want to talk about this here one more time. Look at the curvature from the fender. We always talk about this line here, the depth of the sharpness, depth, yeah, into the curve and into your body line. You can actually see it. And this is all down to metal. This is all because we're down to metal. So trust me, you can get this curve very wrong, very fast, right? And we've done that once before. We were to take the car back down basically and restart the car. It just feels so nice and smooth already on here. So the car's still going to go on the rotisserie. We're still going to do undercarriage on it. We're still going to do interior on it. So I don't want to pull the masking off now. But I think we done wrong on this car. We should have done the interior first. And I think on the other two red cars, I'm going to push to get the interiors done first, like the other cars, and then, or something of the sort, because I do believe that there's a lot of dust coming from the insides out. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. This is going to be our next batch of assemblies. We are going to do an update on the 333s. I think you guys have seen there's a lot of short videos that came out on the 333s, and I'm actually ready to do an update this week here for you guys. So that'll be a nice one because we got basically all four colors. So the white one is done already, but the car is here by us. We got henna red, we got diamond black, and we got arrow silver, all being assembled all at once. So when we do hand the cars over, it's all four. I think it's the first time ever where all four cars are being restored at once, or not restored at once, are being handed over at once, but it's basically the same restoration. So stay tuned for that, and I will keep you guys updated with the next couple of paint jobs. Cheers, guys.